when we think about inclusivity in business and what that actually means, including and thinking about the most amount of people possible. When I started Good American, it was actually a reaction to this idea that so many women of color, plus size women, are just completely left out of the fashion conversation. And why is their dollar any less valuable than anybody else's? And so I had worked in marketing for all of these years. For 15 years, I grew this incredible agency, and I'd done castings and, put projects and collaborations together for the biggest and best brands in the whole world. And I'd been part of actually falsifying an image of inclusivity. It's like you have a group cast, you need a black girl and an Asian girl, and then this and this and this. And actually, when you thought about the product and when you thought about the senior management of those companies, it looked nothing like that. Just the product didn't work for anyone over a certain size, and the boardrooms were just all made up of typically like white men making the decisions, usually for women. And I just sort of thought to myself, there must be a better way to start a company. But it came from problem solving for myself. And I go back to this idea of when you think about businesses, it makes more sense that they would be geared towards serving more people. That's just good business, right? Forget DE&I, forget this idea of diversity, equity, inclusion, being something that companies need to do now. It's just good business. And when I talk about it, this idea of inclusivity and diversity being a superpower in business, it's not something that I just say, it's something that I do. That's where the process actually starts. I'm thinking about how can I best serve customers, the most amount of people. And then when there's an acknowledgement of someone who isn't usually acknowledged, of course it goes without saying that suddenly they feel seen, they feel heard, and they're like, I'm going with this girl, I'm going with this brand, because it's the first time anyone's spoken directly to them. And I think that it's such an under thought about part of business. People usually bolt it on at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. It's right where you start. It's in the inception of those products. I think about it in the sense of myself. It's in doing 9 different shades.